let's go through them right about now. Try to get you guys a chance to be able to get in on these numbers very, very early. And how about if we take a look at a game that I felt like we were going to be getting a different team going up against Gonzaga. I was handicapping as if it's like, oh, Arizona State, they're running away with this game, and now we had to make some edits, and now it's going to be TCU, as this is 8:51, 8:52 on the board. TCU, they're going to be taking on Gonzaga. This is going to be from Denver, Colorado, with Gonzaga in between a 4.5 to a 5-point favorite. This opened up at 4.5. We're now seeing pretty much a mix in the market of between 4.5 and 5. And your total, this is anywhere between 157 and 157.5. And I did make my number 4.5. So now that we're seeing some 5s start to circulate, 5 is going to be my buy point on TCU. Now, the big question is, Mike Miles, what is going to be his status moving forward? Because he left the game that we did see on Friday, so that no doubt is a little bit of an issue. Was able to come back, though. That is certainly big, and Mike Miles, he is the biggest part of this handicap, in my opinion, because this guy, when he has been out of the fold, TCU has not looked like themselves, and TCU has played north of 5 games without him already this year, so they do have some experience, and that experience has not been great, especially with them having Eddie Lampkin out of the fold. He decided to hit the transfer portal, so there's no chance of him being able to come back, but Mike Miles really does run this offense. 17 points, right around 2.5 assists. I expect that he plays, and I think that he's going to be close to 100%. I don't know if he's going to be fully 100%, but he's played through injuries all season long. You've also got Emmanuel Miller, who's able to give you 12.5 points, shoots 41% from 3-point range, and they're going up against a Gonzaga bunch that they're all gas and no breaks. Gonzaga entering into the NCAA tournament, your number 1 team in the country in terms of points scored on a per possession basis. In terms of points allowed on a per possession basis, not number 1. 173rd in the country in terms of points allowed on a per possession basis. Meanwhile, you've got a TCU team that they're built around playing sort of that 40 minutes of HE double hockey stick style. They're going to play fast. They're going to play good defense. They don't necessarily shoot it well from 3-point range, but they're going to give you a grit and effort. But I do have a little bit of trepidation with this TCU team in that they do give up right around 14.5 points more per 100 possessions. And that was prior to the game against Arizona State that did get very harebrained and redonkulous, if I do say so myself. For Gonzaga, this team is able to bomb it from 3-point range. Malachi Smith entered into the tournament shooting right around 49% from 3-point range. No doubt about it, Drew Timme is going to be the most dominant low-post player in this game. Give you 20 points, 7 boards. Love what he's able to bring to the table. Julian Strother, Rasheer Bolton, they combine to shoot north of 40% from 3-point range, but I do take a look at this circumstance. I do think that TCU is going to be able to do enough on defense to be able to keep it under. I recognize that this is going to be a high possession game. TCU certainly looking to play relatively up-tempo, but I do like their overall defense. I do think that it's going to keep them in this game. I do think that having Mike Miles not be at 100%, like I said, I fully expect him to play. I don't think that there's any way that you can expect him to be fully 100%, so I do have to dock TCU just a little bit for that, but now that we get to a 5, I'm going to be willing to take the points because I do think that TCU is going to be able to grab some boards, do a relatively solid job against Drew Timme. So a circumstance in which at 5 or more, I'm going to be willing to take the points, and I'm going to be taking a look at this total under as well.
Visit VSiN.com to get current odds, listen for free, find showtimes, and download VSiN sports betting podcasts.